Did you know your sleeping position could be quietly harming your health every night without you even realizing it? As we age, sleep becomes more precious, but also more fragile. Many older adults wake up feeling sore, stiff, or strangely exhausted, as if the night never did its restorative job. While it's easy to blame age or a worn-out mattress, the real culprit might be far simpler and often overlooked: your sleeping position. The way you lie in bed, night after night, can silently wear down your health. In this video, we'll explore 5 common sleeping positions that may be surprisingly harmful for people over 60. Some of these positions might feel comfortable or familiar, but they can quietly reduce circulation, compress nerves, interfere with breathing, and place long-term stress on the heart and other organs. What's most alarming is that the damage often builds slowly, with no obvious pain at first. But over time, the effects add up, leaving you feeling drained, achy, or even at risk for serious conditions like heart disease or stroke. Fortunately, the fix isn't drastic. Small adjustments, like repositioning your arms, slightly changing the angle of your neck, or supporting your knees, can offer real protection and improve how your body recovers overnight. These subtle changes won't disrupt your routine, but they can make a powerful difference in your health and energy levels. So let's dive in. The first position to examine is lying flat on your back with your arms by your sides. At first glance, this might seem like the most neutral and balanced position. It's even the go-to posture in sleep studies and mattress marketing. But as we age, our bodies respond differently to this seemingly passive pose. When you sleep on your back, gravity pulls your tongue toward the back of your throat, especially in deeper stages of sleep. For older adults, this can partially obstruct the airway, quietly restricting oxygen flow. If you already experience mild respiratory issues or undiagnosed sleep apnea, this position can make things worse. Poor oxygenation doesn't just leave you tired, it can stress your heart, impair brain function, and raise your blood pressure over time. And the back itself isn't spared. Without a pillow under your knees to support the natural curve of your spine, this position can flatten the lower back, creating tension that builds night after night. That stiffness you feel in the morning that eases after a few hours, it may be a direct result of how you sleep. There's also a deeper psychological element. Lying flat on your back with your arms by your sides mimics stillness and vulnerability. For older adults, especially those who live alone or struggle with anxiety, this posture can unconsciously reinforce feelings of exposure or helplessness. Research in sleep psychology shows that body posture during sleep can affect emotional regulation. People who sleep in this position without supportive pillows or barriers often report more nighttime anxiety, restlessness, or even panic. One man, Henry, 74, from Arizona, followed a strict health routine: clean diet, daily walks, no smoking, but still woke up groggy and tense. He had slept on his back for years, believing it was best. Only after switching positions and supporting his knees did he begin to feel truly rested. His story is a reminder that small, quiet changes can unlock deeper sleep and better health. After his doctor recommended a sleep study, they discovered that Henry had mild but consistent drops in oxygen saturation throughout the night. It wasn't classic sleep apnea, but rather the angle of his airway when lying completely flat that was to blame. By simply elevating his head by just 10 degrees and placing a small pillow under his knees, everything began to change. Within weeks, his blood pressure began to stabilize, his energy levels rose, and for the first time in years, he started remembering his dreams. It was a subtle shift with a profound impact. That's the key lesson. While sleeping flat on your back with your arms by your sides might seem harmless, it's a position that can silently strain the systems your body depends on most as you age: your heart, your lungs, your spine, and even your emotional resilience. The goal isn't to overhaul your entire sleep setup or buy an expensive mattress. It's to listen to the quiet signs your body gives you and respond with small, thoughtful adjustments. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the ones that feel almost too simple to matter. Now let's move to the second position: curling up too tightly in the fetal position. It may seem surprising, but curling up tightly, knees drawn to your chest, arms hugged in, chin tucked, can quietly undermine your breathing, circulation, and even your emotional well-being. This instinctive pose, comforting and familiar, especially during emotional stress or loneliness, can feel like a safe retreat. But when the position becomes too tight, the effects can become harmful. Compressing your chest cavity limits how fully your lungs can expand during sleep. That means less oxygen reaching your body when it needs to restore itself most. For older adults who already experience reduced lung capacity, this restriction can be even more significant, affecting not only your physical recovery, but also your brain's ability to clear waste and reset during deep sleep. You may not realize it in the moment, but waking up groggy, foggy-headed, or strangely anxious may not be an emotional issue. It may be your body reacting to shallow, restricted breathing all night long. But it doesn't stop there. Your body remembers the positions you repeat. If you spend hours each night tightly curled, your spine begins to adopt that posture. Over time, this can contribute to a forward hunch known as kyphosis. It's more than a cosmetic issue. It affects balance, digestion, lung capacity, and confidence. One woman, Shirley, 78 from Michigan, began sleeping more tightly curled after her husband passed away. She thought the change was emotional, and perhaps it was. But soon she began waking up with unexplained neck pain, chest tightness, and a strange sense of physical heaviness. Her doctor found nothing wrong, but a physical therapist observed her posture and suggested small changes. Loosening the curve of her spine, using a body pillow to open her chest slightly, and lowering her knees from that tightly tucked position. The change was remarkable. Her morning anxiety faded. She felt lighter, emotionally and physically. She didn't have to give up the comforting feeling of curling up, she just had to soften it. So if you often curl up tightly at night, ask yourself how your body feels in the morning. Are your shoulders tense? Is your neck sore? Does your chest feel tight or compressed? These are your body's quiet messages asking for more space. You don't need to sleep like a statue. Just allow some openness, drop your knees a bit, uncurl your arms, lift your chest. Sleep should be a place of restoration, not retreat. You're not hiding from life, you're recharging for it. You're resting so you can rise strong. And if you're still watching this video and found this information helpful, comment the number 2 below to let me know you're still with us. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. Your support means a lot and helps us keep creating content that informs, empowers, and supports your journey to better health. Now let's move forward with the third sleeping position, lying on your stomach. While some people find it cozy, sleeping on your stomach can cause more harm than good, especially as you get older. What may feel comfortable at first often hides long-term consequences that build up quietly over time. When you lie on your stomach, your lower back naturally arches more than it should because your hips and abdomen sink into the mattress. That exaggerated lumbar curve places excess strain on your spine's supportive muscles and ligaments, which can worsen chronic pain or accelerate wear and tear, particularly for those over 60 dealing with arthritis, disc degeneration, or stiffness. And it doesn't stop with your back. Because you can't breathe with your face buried in the pillow, your head is forced to twist to one side, often for hours. This one-sided rotation can strain your neck, compress blood vessels, and reduce circulation to your brain. Over time, it may lead to headaches, nerve irritation, or that frustrating morning stiffness in your neck and shoulders. Some even wake up with tingling or numbness in their arms, unaware that it's connected to how they've been sleeping. Take Richard, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from New York. He had slept on his stomach for most of his life without issue, until he began experiencing unexplained back pain and regular morning headaches. After talking to a sleep specialist, he gradually retrained himself to sleep on his side using a wedge pillow for support. Within weeks, his headaches were gone, and his back pain began to ease. "I had no idea how much pressure I was putting on my body until I stopped," he said. If you've been a lifelong stomach sleeper, the shift may feel unfamiliar at first. But your body will adjust, and it will thank you. Try placing a pillow under your hips if you're transitioning slowly or using support cushions to keep from rolling over. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Small shifts lead to better mornings, clearer minds, and stronger bodies. Now let's look at the fourth position, sleeping in a reclined or semi-sitting posture. Many older adults, especially those dealing with back pain, acid reflux, or breathing issues, find themselves sleeping in recliner chairs or propped up in bed. It feels like a middle ground between sitting and lying down, and it can bring temporary relief. But over time, this position can quietly take a toll on your body. When you sleep in a reclined posture, your spine often falls out of its natural alignment. Your head may drift forward or slump to one side, especially without proper neck support, which strains the muscles in your shoulders and neck. This tension can lead to stiffness, decreased mobility, or even chronic headaches. And because your upper body leans forward, it can press on your chest and diaphragm, making it harder to take deep breaths. Shallow breathing while you sleep limits oxygen intake, which can leave you feeling foggy, tired, or even anxious the next day. Then there's your lower body. In a reclined position, your hips and knees stay slightly bent all night, mimicking a sitting posture. This restricts blood flow to your legs and can lead to swollen feet, cramping, or even contribute to vein problems. For seniors, impaired circulation isn't just uncomfortable, it can increase the risk of serious issues like blood clots. Reclining may seem like a harmless solution, but over time, it's like sitting all night, every night. Your body needs to stretch, breathe deeply, and fully relax to heal. So if you're sleeping this way out of habit or necessity, consider small improvements, like adjusting the angle of your recliner, using proper neck support, or switching to a bed with an adjustable base that maintains alignment. Comfort and health should go hand in hand. It can be dangerous, increasing the risk of blood clots or contributing to numbness and weakness in the limbs. But what's even more subtle, and often overlooked, is how the body gradually accepts poor posture as its new normal. If your muscles spend 6 to 8 hours every night reinforcing the shape of sitting, shoulders rounded forward, spine compressed, that pattern becomes imprinted into your waking posture. Before you even realize it, you're not just sleeping curled up in a reclined position. You're standing, walking, and moving through your day with that same forward slump. This contributes to an increased risk of falls, chronic back issues, and overall fatigue. And there's a psychological toll too. Sleeping in a semi-upright position doesn't allow your body to fully relax. It's like your muscles are still in standby mode, never completely letting go. It's similar to trying to recharge your phone while a bunch of apps are still running in the background. Technically, it's charging, but it never reaches full power. That's why so many older adults who sleep in chairs or semi-reclined beds often say, "I slept, but I didn't rest." It may seem like a small distinction, but over weeks or months, it can have a big impact on your energy, mood, and even your memory. Consider the story of Gary, a 74-year-old veteran from Oregon. After struggling with acid reflux, he began sleeping in his recliner every night. Initially, it helped his symptoms, but before long, he started waking up with numbness in his hands and a dull, persistent ache in his neck. His doctors suggested that instead of sleeping in a chair, he elevate the head of his bed while still lying down flat. So Gary invested in an adjustable bed and a supportive wedge pillow that allowed him to sleep on his side while maintaining the natural alignment of his spine. Within 2 weeks, the numbness eased, the neck pain subsided, and for the first time in months, he felt truly rested. That's the hidden danger of reclining. It feels like a temporary solution, but it can quickly become a long-term trap. Your body adapts, but not in a healthy way. If you truly need to sleep with your upper body elevated for medical reasons, it's critical to do so with proper alignment. Use supports that follow the natural curve of your spine and avoid hunching forward or letting your head drop. The goal isn't to lie perfectly straight like a soldier. It's to give your body the right shape to restore itself fully. If you're still watching this video and found the information helpful, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Your support makes it possible for us to keep producing content that's helpful, informative, and empowering. Now let's move forward to the 5th and final position, sleeping on your stomach. It might feel harmless or even comforting, but for older adults, this position can be one of the most damaging in the long term. While younger bodies can often adapt, older adults are more vulnerable to the cumulative strain that stomach sleeping creates over time. Let's start with the neck. In order to breathe while lying on your stomach, your head has to twist to one side for hours, placing unnatural pressure on the cervical spine, particularly between the C1 and C4 vertebrae. This constant torque can compress nerves, reduce neck mobility, and even lead to dizziness upon waking. Many older adults who sleep in this position often report waking up with a stiff neck, jaw tension, sore shoulders, or a strange spinning sensation, all without connecting it to how they've been sleeping. But the issue doesn't stop there. Stomach sleeping flattens the natural curve of the spine, creating a concave shape in the lower back that places constant pressure on the lumbar region. While the effects may not be immediate, this subtle misalignment can lead to stiffness, inflammation, and spinal disc issues that often worsen over time. For older adults already dealing with osteoarthritis or degenerative disc disease, this position can intensify symptoms or even accelerate the progression of these conditions. Another issue few people consider is organ compression. When you sleep on your stomach, your chest and abdomen are pressed directly into the mattress, limiting the expansion of your lungs and making it harder to take full, deep breaths. The result is shallow breathing throughout the night, which decreases your oxygen intake and affects your body's ability to repair itself. Even if you don't notice it right away, this can leave you feeling mentally foggy or physically sluggish the next morning. Stomach sleeping can also negatively impact digestion. Having your abdomen compressed for hours at a time can slow the digestive process, aggravate acid reflux, and contribute to bloating or discomfort. This often results in waking up with a sense of heaviness that isn't just in your gut, it's in your entire body. A little pressure in the wrong place can ripple outward, affecting your mood, energy, and sense of well-being. On a psychological level, sleeping on your stomach is sometimes linked with a defensive or withdrawn posture. In sleep studies, this position is associated with higher muscle tension, particularly in people dealing with anxiety or emotional stress. It mimics a protective, curled-up state, almost as if the body is guarding itself. While that doesn't apply to everyone, many older adults report that switching to a more open posture, such as side sleeping with proper support, helps them feel more rested and emotionally at ease. Take Linda, a 71-year-old woman from Minnesota who had been sleeping on her stomach since her 20s. As she got older, she began waking up with back pain and frequent headaches. Her physical therapist suggested a transition to side sleeping using a full-length body pillow for support. Although the new position felt awkward at first, she stuck with it, and within a few weeks, her sleep improved dramatically. Her pain lessened, her mood lifted, and she woke up with a sense of energy she hadn't felt in years. Changing a lifelong habit can be hard, but for Linda, it was the key to waking up feeling whole again. The truth is, while stomach sleeping may seem harmless, it quietly undermines your health over time, compressing your spine, restricting your breath, and interfering with your body's ability to recover. If this is your go-to position, consider retraining yourself gently. Try sleeping on your side with a pillow between your knees, or elevate your upper body slightly if that's more comfortable. The goal isn't to sleep like a robot, it's to remove pressure points, avoid awkward twists, and give your body the space it needs to fully heal each night. And for seniors, that kind of restorative rest can make all the difference. Now let's move to the sixth position, sleeping on your back without support. This posture is often seen as the most neutral and balanced, and it can be, if done correctly. But for older adults who sleep flat on their back without any lumbar or leg support, this position can create a subtle cascade of physical stress that builds over time. When you're younger, your muscles naturally hold your body's curves in place, even on a flat surface. But with age, muscle tone diminishes, and the spine's natural S-curve can begin to flatten. If you lie on your back without anything to support your knees or lower back, gravity pulls your pelvis downward, and your spine stretches into an unnatural arch. This doesn't always cause immediate pain, but it often leads to morning stiffness, tight hamstrings, and unexplained hip discomfort. Many back sleepers over 60 wake up feeling sore without realizing that the problem isn't what they did during the day, it's how they slept the night before. And beyond joint alignment, sleeping on your back also increases the risk of sleep apnea in older adults. As your body relaxes, the tongue and soft tissues in your throat can collapse backward, partially blocking the airway. Even if you don't wake up gasping, this reduced airflow lowers your oxygen levels, weakens sleep quality, and can contribute to brain fog, mood swings, and high blood pressure over time. The solution is not to avoid sleeping on your back entirely, but to do it smarter. Place a small pillow or rolled towel under your knees to support your spine's natural curve. Use a supportive pillow that keeps your head aligned with your body, not tilted upward or back. These simple adjustments help your body rest in its ideal posture, reduce strain, and promote deeper, more restorative sleep. The position isn't the enemy, it's the lack of support. Give your body the tools it needs, and it will reward you with better sleep, clearer thinking, and less pain. When you sleep on your back, your tongue can fall toward the back of your throat, partially blocking your airway and leading to snoring, irregular breathing, or even periods of apnea. Even mild sleep apnea reduces oxygen intake and robs your brain of the deep, restorative sleep it needs to eliminate toxins, consolidate memory, and repair cells. Over time, this kind of disruption has been linked to cognitive decline and diminished cardiovascular health. But the challenges don't stop there. Back sleeping without proper support can also make acid reflux worse, especially if you don't use an incline or supportive pillows under your head and upper back. When the upper body is flat, stomach acid can more easily move up into the esophagus, particularly if you've eaten late. That burning sensation or coughing fit in the middle of the night might not be a random issue. It could be your sleeping position quietly aggravating an already sensitive digestive system. Psychologically, this position can feel like a mixed bag. While some people find lying on their back deeply restful, others, particularly those living alone or experiencing anxiety, may feel exposed and restless. Without any support or the feeling of protection, the position can lead to shallow breathing, interrupted sleep, or even occasional panic during the night. Take George, a 76-year-old retired principal from Indiana. He never paid much attention to his sleep posture until his chiropractor pointed out the link between his increasing lower back stiffness and constant fatigue. On the advice of his care team, George added a wedge pillow to raise his upper body and placed a small cushion beneath his knees. The change was immediate, his back pain eased, his breathing deepened, and for the first time in months, he was sleeping longer and waking up refreshed. The solution wasn't changing his position entirely, it was simply supporting it better. So if you prefer sleeping on your back, don't worry, you don't have to stop. But it's crucial to give your body the right support. Elevate your head slightly to reduce snoring and reflux, and place a pillow under your knees to help preserve your spine's natural alignment. These small adjustments can dramatically improve the quality of your rest and how you feel the next day. And if you're still here watching this video and found the information helpful, comment the number 6 below to let us know you're with us. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss an update. Your support is what allows us to keep making content that truly serves and inspires. Now for some final thoughts. By now, it's clear that sleep is about more than just how many hours you get. It's about how your body spends that time. The positions we assume each night might feel natural, but for older adults, they often come with hidden consequences. Whether it's curling too tightly, lying flat without support, sleeping on your stomach, or slumping in a recliner. Each posture has the potential to strain your joints, restrict breathing, disrupt circulation, or quietly aggravate conditions like reflux and arthritis. But here's the encouraging part: you're not locked into these habits. The fact that you're watching this means you're already taking a proactive step toward better health and vitality. Even small changes like using a supportive pillow, adjusting your sleeping angle, or becoming more mindful of how your spine and joints align at night can lead to major improvements in how you feel. So tonight, when you settle in for bed, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you comfortable? Are your joints supported? Are you breathing easily and resting in a position that helps you feel safe and balanced? These small questions aren't just about fixing problems, they're about taking care of yourself. Because sleep is more than a routine. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to restore your body, protect your mind, and prepare for the day ahead. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share one takeaway or tip that you plan to apply in your own life. Your voice helps us grow and stay connected. And if this video helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support makes all the difference, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.